All right. Hi, guys. So today is May 6th, which means your projects that are 130 points, if I add it all up with the project progress checks, are due in 2 days, just so you guys know. So it's Wednesday. We have Zoom office hours today. Might really want to take advantage and go through the project with me. Would be a good thing to do if you want to. I do need the final copy by Friday. And then Friday, again, is Zoom. We're going to do a college bingo game. All right, so here's the Zoom link. Okay. So, like I just said, 130 points is this UCSB project, right? That's with the progress check. So today I'm really going to be going over this rubric with you today and some of the things that I'm noticing on those of you that are getting your work done, and a few things that I think we still need to work on. Okay. So, should I do that? Okay. Sorry. So let's go through this. Progress checks are pretty much done. If you've been doing them, I know there's quite a few of you that you're behind. A few of you, I just went in and looked, and if you hadn't done anything, I just made a comment that you got 0 for today's progress check on your document. But if you turn it in late, right, just email me when it's ready or whatever, and I can check it. All right, so some things that for the most part I'm seeing stuff being put in your own words. One of the things I did notice on one slide presentation, there was a bunch of spelling errors. So do make sure you don't have spelling errors, right? It's Google, so you can use spell check. So make sure that those are fixed. Thorough information. I'm seeing some that are just still missing a good chunk of information. One of the things I am not seeing a whole lot on some of them is a lot of people use mostly the tour and didn't get into the website. I don't mind it being heavily on the tour. The tour had a lot of good information, but do not forget that I do want to see some stuff added from this website. So that is what I'm still seeing is lacking. For instance, the tour does not really get into like all of the doesn't get into too much on the academics. And it does not get into too much, which also includes the majors, right? And all of this kind of stuff. So make sure you're including that in your academic section. Okay. Those are big things that I'm still seeing is missing. For those of you doing slides, I am starting to see a lot of information per slide, which is good. That's what I need because you're not giving a presentation. All right. If you are doing focus notes, either digital or like you're using Google Drawings, I did see one person did use Google Docs. I'm concerned about the Google Docs because I'm not sure you're going to be able to show me all of the focus note techniques. I think you can, but you're going to have to work harder at it if it's what you're more comfortable in. But I need to see like arrows, lines, question marks. I need to see some color coding. I need to see comment boxes. I need to see questions. I need to see drawings. Or if you can use emojis if you're doing like something like a Google drawing like this document, right? I did also send out yesterday a Jamboard. This one is, this is slide set up for Jamboard. But Jamboard was another good option for you to use too. If you're doing paper focus notes, that is great. The paper ones I think are the ones that you guys are most used to. So I am definitely starting to see the few of you that are doing paper ones. On most of them, I'm starting to see those processing. Okay, remember, if you're doing slides, I still want some processing. So what I'm seeing a lot of is I'm seeing a lot of good pictures and great use of pictures, great use of themes. You guys have turned me on to a few new sites for slide themes, which I like. But what I'm not seeing a lot of in slides is there's a few people that are, but some processing skills that you can use. So you can use underlining, highlighting, bold, font color. So one thing be careful with your font color, right? Like if this slide was set up to have this as white font, if I have it as white and I have it highlighted yellow, that is not readable. So I make sure if I do something like that, that I change the font. So I can change the font color and use a highlighter. You can use bold. I should probably like bold and underline, and even make this font bigger, that people know that this is a big project, right? That kind of just draws my attention. This is the kind of stuff I'm looking for. So make sure that your slide is showing me some of this. Some of you are using color. I'm not looking for a whole lot, but I am looking for some of that. Just picking out the information. Also, I want the summary / reflection. You can make them separate if you want, if that works for you. But I do want both pieces. So the summary is what you're summarizing what you've learned about UCSB. Out of all that information that you kind of went through that's on your slides or your notes, what did you learn? Okay. That can be its own slide or its own paragraph if you want. And then the reflection can be separate if you want it to be, or you can put them together. The reflection is more personalizing it to you. So what specifically did you like about UCSB? Were there any things that you didn't like about UCSB? What questions do you still have? Have you been to other colleges? Were you in AVID last year? Did you get to go on the field trip last year? Have you seen other colleges? How do they compare? Have you looked into any other colleges? How does it compare? For those of you that kind of know what you want to look, or starting to figure out what you want to look into in the future, does it have your major? Those kinds of things. That goes more in the reflection. Okay, to me, this is the most important part of this project, right? So information processing, but then the summary reflection is what we're getting out of it. Okay, so make sure that this is included. If you are doing hand notes, I do want this piece typed in a Google Doc. So type it in a Google Doc, save it, send it to me. All right. I did see somebody had written one on their notes, and I'm really sorry, but I really want to read this a lot closer, and some of the pictures, it's hard to see it. Like I read most of the one that I saw today, but I want it typed. All right. So that is your assignment pretty much for today and tomorrow. So get those in, get those done. Again, office hours today if you need help. Everything is here. I'm pretty sure I don't know how I want you guys to turn these in quite yet, so stay tuned for tomorrow's video for that information. Bye, guys.